All right, I got Chaotic Flow with me. We're gonna be checking
What's
out
up?
False ID. We don't know what's going on, but we're gonna check it out anyway. Because why not?
It was
Yep.
too much. That regarding horror streamer Grammy,
Okay, what
formerly
happened?
of MSM Talent, also known as
Okay,
Mad Scientist Media Talent Management, the subject of two
what?
prior episodes, and who earlier went from having 40 VTubers on their roster, then down to 15.
Damn.
Damn.
What? What did they do to lose all them talents?
bro,
Wait just a second. We got a
bro,
story.
we didn't eat, bro. We have not even paid attention to any of this. Like, I'm like, who are these people? What did they do?
No,
Damn.
for real. I don't know this talent management. This is my first time hearing about
Later,
them.
then closing off their
Facts.
MSM Talent roster page with only
Uh,
please email info@msm.gg for roster information left.
okay.
We'll be including the link to our informative episode about this talent agency down below, along with our dealings with them. But Grimmy's dealings
Oh, okay.
also are with Novel Horizons, creators of numerous VTuber figurines,
Dallas,
and who are
Texas.
also hosting numerous meet and greets this weekend at San Japan and
Let's go.
San Antonio, Texas. Grimmy yesterday tweeting out, "Hello everyone. I apologize, but I'm no longer going to be at San Japan with Novel Horizons. I wish them well, but this isn't healthy for me. Please support them with the other meet and greets, and please support them with their other projects." Grimmy the night before tweeting out, "I've been really stressed these past few years for a lot of reasons, and I'm coming to terms with a lot at once. Thank you guys for all being so patient when I have some ups and downs. I'm going to work hard to be a nice place you can always rely on to be there when you're down." Grimmy taking to
Oh,
stream
boy.
last
This
night to
sounds
talk
deep.
about not only her dealings with MSM and Novel Horizons, but also the relationship between her, MSM, and her hot sauce business, Saucy Biz, which now
Huh?
at this time, Grimmy does own in full and is fully incorporated. Grimmy
Okay.
beginning the stream by stating
Sounds like an entrepreneur. I like it.
how challenging it has been
Nice.
regarding MSM's involvement with her company.
You don't have to share if you don't
Oh.
want to, fam. I kind of do a little though at this point, just because I don't know. I want to preface it with like I think everyone is like a super nice person. They're all wonderful people. They're all like working really hard. I kind of had like a really rough year. Like I realized when I was like really upset yesterday, and it was kind of like a culmination of like everything lame that had happened for a very long time. But I'm begging you that that you preface it with I did a lot of very negative things in terms of not kind of like having better boundaries and I guess
Okay.
just knowing kind of what I should be doing.
Okay.
I've just had like a really rough time for like a while related to Saucy. And then I realized like, man, maybe it wasn't my fault and maybe I shouldn't feel like so bad about it.
Grimmy then going on to explain Saucy Biz, its relation
Ah.
to MSM Talent, and how they had not been communicating fully to her regarding this business for a year.
But like,
Okay.
what's Saucy? It's the sauce company that I own, but it's gonna
Yeah.
be taking a little bit to come out there because I am gonna be starting with nothing from
Okay.
the old stuff. So
Huh? Okay. The part I'm kind of confused on, you let me know if this is like it. I don't. Huh?
I'm confused as well. Like she's talking about a hot sauce company in correlation with the management.
Yeah.
Where is the correlation? I feel like we're missing context, but
Yeah. For real.
um,
I was saying like it sounds like she has a business and the management with the V2 company is somehow getting involved with that. I don't like now there's there's a deeper layer. Well, let's see if it gets revealed in this video if we're late.
I am gonna be reordering my stock, and the reason that I'm doing that
Okay.
is because the place that it was at was not really communicating with me about it, and I realized
Understandable.
that it had been like a year of that happening with like all of the
Damn.
saucy stuff, and they
What?
probably didn't even really want to do it because it was such like a weird
Yeah.
situation, and they probably had no idea what went on from my perspective. So
Oh hell.
it's been really stressing me out and taking up a lot of my time, and then I realized like, why am I doing this? Like I'm starting to like not even enjoy streaming. I'm like
Okay.
dreading having to like wake up every day and deal with all of this.
Holy
Like it
shit.
just sucks. Like, and it's gonna be like this forever unless I just let go of it. So
Grimmy then explaining how
Hmm.
MSM
So she let go of her saucy company. Okay.
got involved more than originally planned with Saucy Biz.
with my initial stuff, I wanted to just do a hot sauce flavor for Gimme, like for my, for my merchandise, for my
Okay.
collector of memorabilia. And when I was at MSM, it kind of got turned into like a bigger thing. Like initially I was just going to order it and like kind of like ship it from like just, you know, like a nearby place, like hire people to do it, not really have it go and be as connected to MSM as like it was. And I think they're very nice people and they really did like intend to like help me. Like one of the things was that MSM was giving me like a nice like huge loan to like start the
Oh,
company.
so they gave you a business loan? Oh, that's big.
Yeah.
That's big, dude. Holy shit, man. Oh my goodness. So this V2 company gave you a business loan to start your saucy business for your merchandise. I need to see a contract.
That's quite unique. I don't know.
Like, yeah, that's a unique one. Like, did the contract say anything about that? Because now if you're gonna go to court, it's like who owns the business? Is it this person that had the idea, or is it the person that gave the loan because they're signed with the company?
Didn't False say at the beginning that she owns the company?
She would technically own the company, but if she is under them and they gave her the loan, I could see where, even though legally or whatever, it might get a little tricky, which is probably why we got this episode. But let's continue then.
Like, and it wasn't negative, like they just did it like no questions asked and they helped with the legal stuff and they made sure the LLC was going really good and like they did a lot of really good
They
stuff.
did
Like,
everything.
and I appreciated it. It's just also they wanted it to be shipped from a different place, which
Okay.
was maybe not my favorite thing since I
Okay.
was very excited about looking at it and like having it too. They
Okay.
really wanted to be like a big part of it and be part of the distribution. And they were being very kind. Like they were essentially asking for like very little. They were shipping it out themselves. Like they didn't even
Whoa.
ask for like a salary and stuff, but I was like I don't
Whoa.
mind paying. I just want to I want to have this be going super super well. So the logistics sound rough. Yeah, I wasn't really connected to it like since it wasn't like from my location. And looking at it more since it shipped from like a different state and like was
A
sold in like
different
a different
state.
state.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh
My
boy.
taxes are gonna be absolutely like hell this year.
Grimmy then describing how it took quitting MSM for things to begin to work out.
I'm determined to have it work out. I'm just kind of starting from nothing again because like one of the big things I was upset about was like it took like when everyone was getting their hot sauce and stuff, it took like 2 months of like I
Damn,
asked
2
like
months.
6 times if they could send it to me and I was like I don't really feel
Bro, I can't even imagine that. If I place an order and it take 2 months, something's wrong, bro. That is absolutely insane.
comfortable just being like the person that's marketing this stuff. Like, I think you guys kind of get at this point. Like, I don't want you to buy stuff you don't need, and I don't want you to
Yeah.
like feel like you have to go and get things out of like a sense of like, oh, it's a limited time thing, etc., etc.
Hurry up
So
and buy.
I did
Yeah.
not feel very good just doing the marketing and like not being able to like really have any of it for a while. So it took me about 2 months and I had to like say that I wanted to like quit, like, and not like be a part of the company anymore.
Grimmy now
Okay.
detailing how a figurine project had gotten dropped when she was with MSM.
One of the things I was really
A
excited
figurine
for was
project.
like I guess like my ultimate thing like as a VTuber was like I really want to get a figure someday, like even if it's just a small one,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that's like
yeah.
my
That's
ultimate
big.
thing. Like I'm very
That's
excited.
big.
And a lot of stuff got dropped when I was at MSM. I don't think they're bad people at all. I think they're very kind and I think that they were extremely overworked and extremely tired and had to do a lot for themselves and a lot for people and all that other stuff. But I don't know. It made me really really bummed out when I don't know. I don't think it mattered to them at all. So that was rough. But like they were like, "This will be cool. We'll do it." But I think they were just trying to
Can you
make
pause it?
me feel like
Yeah.
So what it seems like is like okay. So first of all, she's saying that the people that were working on it is kind, which
Mhm.
I'll believe that. But what I think it is, it's just like just incompetence on their part. Even if they
Mm.
are kind, they were not prepared to do as much as they wanted.
Yeah.
Basically, just overworking themselves and just failing on everything that they're overworking themselves for.
Yeah. They weren't prepared for the logistical issues that comes with
Because
trying to ship merchandise.
I imagine they're not that big a company that they don't
Mm-hmm.
have that so many resources. So when you try to like do something as grand as make figurines, start a hot sauce company.
Yeah,
Like those are big things,
those are big.
and they involve doing a lot. So when you have a small company trying to do this much, even just for this one person, I imagine they have more people that they have to care for.
Exactly.
So even if they are kind, it just seems like they're
Their
putting too much on their
priorities are,
plate. And
yeah, their priorities are all over the place. Like they had 40 other people. Like it's a lot
yeah,
of people. It's a
like
lot of
this is
people.
already a lot of work just for one.
Yes, exactly.
You know, it don't matter, whatever. And they apparently completely forgot about it, so
Understandable. It's 40 other people or
It's
39 other people. Like, yeah,
it's
sometimes she's
just
gonna go to the left.
incompetence. Incompetence.
Yeah, it's tough.
I don't know. That was probably the most upset I'd been about VTubing stuff. Uh,
I feel like that doesn't count as a VTubing thing. That's like the company
Well,
messed up.
if she's talking about the figurine, I think
Oh
we're
yeah, the
looking at over
figurine.
here.
Yes, yeah, the figurine. I think we're still talking about. Well, yeah,
Yeah,
she
this
is.
is about the figure.
Okay, if it's about the figure, then yeah, that's understandable.
and I found out about that when, like, I was leaving MSM. I was like, oh, so about these projects. And they were like, oh, you only have
Mm,
one.
you only have one.
It's just the Hoyoverse thing, so I was really down about that because there was a lot of stuff where they were like, we're gonna be
Hoyoverse,
doing
that's
all this
big.
stuff and we're gonna get everyone involved and we're so excited and we're so happy and I don't know, like that just completely like crushed my spirit yesterday when I talked to them and I realized they didn't even remember it. Like,
Yeah,
I don't
that is
know.
bad. That's
I
bad.
feel like it was just a rough experience for me.
Even though I understand that they're a small company, who told them to hire 40 people? It still comes down to the leadership. Definitely a lot of incompetence.
I'm not
But
fully convinced that they're they are that great of people as she's putting it.
I'm not convinced with
Well,
that either. But I don't
I would
have their
say
side.
at the very least, as obviously many companies, they truly just care about themselves. As soon as she let them know, hey, I'm not really going to be staying here. It's like, okay, well, forget about you. All of these promises go out the window.
Yeah,
Uh, forget this project, forget that project. Even though we said we'd do it, not going to do it.
yeah, that's pretty shitty. That's really shitty. And if anything, that should build distrust between their current or whoever's left over. It's like if they were willing to neglect this person, what makes you think you're going to be any different? Hmm,
Definitely.
interesting.
Me overall, so. And I was like between like my manager and them and like they're very good friends, so
Huh.
I don't know. It made me really sad though for some reason.
Oh no,
So
she getting choked up. I can hear it. Oh Lord,
Yeah.
I'm
I don't
sorry to
think it
hear
mattered to them
this.
even a little. They didn't say sorry or anything. It's okay. It sounds like they did stretch themselves too thin. I was starting to get into the same place of just like asking over and over again, like,
Mm,
hey, when is this gonna get done? Or like, can I get an update on it? I even offered to like have someone drive out there and like pick up the stuff from them.
yeah. So this would be my thinking. It's like you're a business person. Even if you sign underneath somebody else, I would never try and link my other business to it unless I had control. You know, she made the mistake of trusting it with the company she signed under. And I don't blame her for doing it because it sounds like a great idea. It's like you have something you want to create and you want to market and share. And these are the people that are saying, hey, we can make it happen. But in all
Well,
reality, they can't. But how could you know that? You know?
yeah, from what it seems like, it sounds like the inner management are somewhat of like control freaks. Like,
Mm,
because she didn't need to like give all that control to the company.
yeah,
It's
she
just
didn't.
that what the company said is like, hey, no, like I want this to happen here. It's like she didn't have to obviously because when she's cut off from the agency, now she has more reign to it.
Mm,
So she didn't really have to. It's at the end of the day, it's like her company
yeah,
that
it,
she's
it it
looking
is.
over.
It is. But
But
that's
from what it seems, I don't know. I feel like this company, like, even though this is the first time I'm hearing of them, I don't know every detail. Obviously, I'm going based off just the first 8 minutes of this video.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly. There's still more context, but well, hopefully we'll hear it because I do want to hear the company side as well. If their side comes out, but False already said something like, "Oh, we tried to contact them, but we'll see."
And they just said, like, oh, we'll count the boxes for you. And then they started ignoring me again. And I was like, it's just like before. This sucks.
Damn.
This really sucks. No. Okay, sorry. You don't need to give me anything because I'm crying. Thank you. Sorry. I will not cry. I will not cry. I will not cry. I will not cry. It was a rough situation, and I always felt like I was being really unfair. I felt like I was being super unfair all the time, and like I was just not worth it, which kind of sucked. I don't know. But the thing is, I know that they're all very nice people, and I don't want to create any problems for them. And I think that they've done a lot of really amazing things by just trying to go out there and, like, create something. Not a lot of people do go out there and actually do things. I have a
True.
tremendous amount.
No, that's absolutely true. There's a lot of people that don't do shit in life. Everybody needs to start doing more shit. Let's go.
of respect for them. I just feel very hurt. It was like this with like a bunch of projects, but this one was just, I don't know. When I talked to them about it and I realized it was.
Say again?
I don't think because they try to do stuff, at the end of the day, that's for the company.
Yeah, it is.
I don't think that guarantees the fact that they are good.
That's 100%. But that's her perception of them is that they're good. But yeah, for everybody else, we all need to make our own decision on what we think about this company or the people behind it. But remember, we don't have all the information. So if anything, just sit back because this is not our story. This is hers.
Wasn't even something they discussed or really talked about and like had no interest in. It just really hurt my feelings. So
Further, Grimmy detailing how her primary choices were pushed aside for choices given to her.
I feel kind of down about it. There was also other little things like, well, not little, but there were certain people I wanted to work with for like this stuff, but
in the same company?
Like, oh, we'll just work with these guys instead for right now.
Oh, damn.
And that was okay-ish. I'm getting in a better
what the
place
hell?
with all.
Bro, this sounds absolutely terrible. Like, if I have a business and somebody tries to tell me, if I say, hey, I want to do it like this, and they're like, nah, let's do it this way, and they can't convince me or give me a valid reason why besides they just want to, or it will be easier for them, that's some BS and I don't like it and I wouldn't do business with them. But
yeah, that's what I talked about, like how I think they seem to be, from the sound of it, control freaks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, couldn't do business with that.
All that and stuff too. I think I kind of just should have pushed a lot harder for the things that I wanted and stuff. It's just
yes,
it's
you should have, but next
your own
time
career and, like,
you
do
got
stuff
it.
If you never know what's happening because everything will just get dropped without anyone telling you.
Yes,
Just like, we're gonna work with this company. Oh, that's great. Yeah, we're gonna get these guys involved, and then we'll get you involved. And it's like, cool. And then that never happened.
Not cool, bro. Like, no, it should be the opposite. You get involved, and then they get somebody else involved.
Happens ever. And it's just like, oh yeah, why'd you even, that's not gonna happen. I don't know, why'd you believe me? Like, it's just like, it sucked. It really sucked.
Holy
Then
shit,
further
man.
speaking about contracts regarding others' IPs and Saucy Biz.
Yeah,
as
this is
ideally
what I
others
was
would be
wondering.
joining her on the labels of these hot sauces, but then how initiating these contracts was never fulfilled.
But the other stuff was that, like,
Uh-oh.
I don't know, the people from MSM were more like consultants than like managers. Not the managers themselves. Like, there were a lot of very nice people there, and I don't know, I think everyone was very, very nice there. It's just that it was more like a consultancy, and like things were never followed through with, so I was very down. I guess the biggest thing with Saucy, and the thing I was most upset about, was like, it was like a consultancy. This is kind of the thing that made me most frustrated, was this is more of like a business thing, and it's very easy to overlook this kind of stuff.
Bro, all of this is a business thing. This entire thing has been about business. Oh, man.
And I'm not like criticizing them harshly. I should have been keeping better track of this myself as well, because it was my business. I kind of got steamrolled, and it wasn't their fault at all.
Well, no, I wouldn't say it's not their fault at all. They definitely took advantage of you.
Yeah, absolutely.
100%. Like and it's sad because she doesn't realize she got taken advantage of. That's the sad part.
There's just
They
so many like false promises going around. It's like,
yes, and it kept happening. And like, how many red flags do you need before you're saying, "Oh man, maybe I shouldn't be here"? Like, it took way too many red flags, way too many.
I didn't find out that the
She was
people that
working with
were
them for a year,
getting their
dude.
sauces, their IPs for like sauces and stuff, weren't on contract until I kind of had gotten really angry and like was like, I want to start running the company more myself. And I was like, can I get the contract for the person I want to make a sauce with? And they were like, oh yeah, we should finish getting that contract made.
Oh
And I
boy,
was like,
they don't have
oh,
contracts, bro.
sorry for
Yes,
saying the F word, but I was like, oh, I'm screwed.
yeah.
Oh,
yeah. All right.
So it took
Where's the contract?
how many did it take 4 or 5 red flags for her to be like, "Oh, I'm fucked"? Okay, like that's a lot, man. Like, fool me once, okay. Fool me twice, okay. 3 times, what the hell? 4 times, what? Five, five. No way, dude. No
no.
way.
Uh, and one of them backed out, which is fair. That was
Yeah.
really crappy that that happened. So I had to pay for that.
Oh my
I
gosh.
was very stressed out after that point, going forward, really stressed out.
Grimmy then stating in retrospect how she instead wishes perhaps she had simply started the company without the loan from MSM.
I mean, I feel like it's not necessarily the loan, it's everything that goes into the loan. I would never tell anybody it's a bad business decision to try and take a loan to help kickstart your business. But you
Right.
just need to look at the paperwork within the loan. And if there is no paperwork, there should be paperwork within the loan. Am I crazy chaotic? I need like,
No, yeah, there's nothing wrong with the loan itself. It's what happened with everything after the loan. With what the company tried being control freaks about it. It's like, hey, it's basically they started acting like they own the company, even though they don't. They just gave you the
yes.
loan. They have no right to it.
And it's probably in their mind, hey, we gave her a loan, so now she owes us. When really
Yeah,
you don't owe them shit. You just gotta pay back what you do owe, which would be just money.
Yeah,
Yeah.
every aspect of the way, from what it sounds like, not even just this, but
Yeah.
from like everything that every sort of project, as far as we're hearing, has been all about them trying to control it. It's like ignoring the opinion of the person, of the
Yes.
talent, and just doing
Yes.
their own thing.
Yes. They act like they own that shit.
Right.
If you're the owner, you need to remember that you are the owner and always have that mentality of whatever your business is yours. Like, it's your baby. You grow your baby. You don't have your neighbor or your business partner grow your baby. Sure, they can have some insight. Oh, maybe hold them this way, do this, maybe. Right. But
Yeah.
you own your company at the end of the day. Crazy.
I know it's not good to air all this stuff out, but I also feel like I really should have, like, taken better care of this stuff when it was coming up.
Yeah,
And probably
understandable.
consistently pushed for things, like, when I was excited about them. I just
100%.
assumed this was kind of all getting taken care of. But yeah, I felt
Don't
extremely
do
bad
that.
when I realized
Assuming makes an ass out of you and me, especially when you're doing business. You need to say, hey, this is what's going on. This is what needs to go on. Ain't no assuming nothing, man, because this this is a life lesson for everybody watching this. Anybody that wants to do some type of business. Y'all better be careful and learn from the story.
that, like, it was probably just gonna be more of the same stuff. It was gonna be someone replying every so often and going, yeah, we'll get this out to you. And meanwhile, I don't know, I was really down. Everyone's a very nice person, and I'm not trying to create trouble for them. And I really do think that, like, I don't know, they worked extremely hard to get to the places they were, with their own, like, capabilities and their own abilities. So I'm not trying to be like, this sucks, these people suck. I think they just didn't really realize it meant a lot to me. So, that's
Man, that sounds like a lot of copium, but I do not blame her.
it.
Yeah.
Like, I really do believe that. Like, and I'm not trying to, like, make them out to be, like, bad people. Like I was saying, like, they did give me, like, a loan for as much as I needed to get the company off the ground. It's just, I think I might have been a little bit happier to just, you know, have made it myself with the money I set aside for it.
At this time, Grimmy would begin to speak on
That would have
not
been big
working any
too.
further with Novel Horizons.
I'm gonna be like not working with Novel and stuff, like with the meet and greet, so I'm sorry for the people that said they were excited for that and were planning on going to that. I deeply apologize. And I do think that you should still go and that you should still support the other people there, and that each and every person involved in those meet and greets and each and every person at that company is a good person that is doing their best. But I just didn't want to have to like keep going through that forever, because I was starting to get the same vibe of, why are you even upset about this? And I don't
That's
know,
not
it just
good.
felt like a lot. A lot.
That's
for a
not
long
good at
time.
all. That's a bro. The vibe of, hey, don't worry about it. We got it. Oh, hell no. Don't listen to that.
A lot for a very long time.
Grimmy then further speaking on presumably boxes of hot sauce that MSM still has, but will not be sold by her.
It is a lot. It is a lot, but it's okay. I'm very happy to be where I am now. I said that since I
What?
don't want them to sell it, because like that would maybe make it so like people would assume I'm associated with the company, that they can. It really
What?
sucks, but they can destroy all the stock they have, or
What?
they can give it away, or like whatever, and all.
Well, because she doesn't want to be associated with the company, but that's still your that's still
Yes,
your hot
it's your
sauce. That's still
it's
your hot sauce company.
yes.
That's your product.
Exactly. That's your stuff, not theirs. You can remarket it. You can change the product because it's your product, not theirs.
That just it's not a good idea at all.
Bro, oh Lord, bro. You know, I knew this was gonna be a great video. I already knew. I already knew.
Figure things
This
out.
is
So
this is a wake up call and a reminder for myself, bro. Like, okay, let me listen to this.
I'm gonna just go back to square one, or I guess square one, and
Yeah, you
order stock
definitely
myself
going back.
again.
Bro, you could have started back at like square 5 or square 10. You're definitely going back to square 1.
Get it all working myself again, and this time I'll do it to the best of my abilities.
Hey, there it is. Keep moving forward. Let's
And
go.
I apologize for anyone that got their shipments late or did not get their shipments. I don't think that was the case, but if anyone ended up.
Wait, so there's still people that was needing shipments? I would have finished the rest of those sales and like closed it so nobody else could order more. And then, with the rest of the product, remarket it. That's what I would have done. What would you have done, Chaotic?
No, I mean the same thing. I mean, obviously those who ordered it get it to them as soon as possible. From the sounds of it, obviously the shipping process was very bad. Apparently, it took them 2 months or something. But for the leftover product, obviously, even after you cut off with the company, just remarket it. It's still your product at the end of the day. It's still the same product many people have received.
Yes.
So just keep doing business. It's still your company, your product.
Yep.
Not
Let's
getting
continue.
theirs, and if you'd like me to make that right, please let me know. I do still have some, so I will make it right as soon as you email me at info@saucy.biz, but Saucy is probably going to be taking a little bit of time for me to, I'm going to take a little bit of time, so to get it
Understandable.
back up and running. It's not going to
Understandable.
be as soon as I thought it would, so I'll let you know when it comes about. Also, no, I don't have to make a new LLC. I am the sole owner of the LLC, and I'm very excited about that.
This all culminating in much stress
What do you mean you're excited about that? It's yours.
for Grimmy.
Yeah.
The lawyer I worked with was very wonderful, and I do think that everyone involved at MSM and everyone involved at like other places
Oh
like
my
Novel
goodness.
are all very nice people, and they do have their cred together. It's just
I'm going to say it personally. I don't know if they're nice people, but it doesn't sound like they are. I don't know them, but it doesn't sound very nice of this
Oh,
to
yeah,
happen.
that's why. Literally, as soon as the first red flag came out towards the beginning of the video, I'm like, this doesn't sound like nice people. She keeps
Yeah.
saying they're nice people, but like all of these things are things that nice people wouldn't do.
Exactly. Like a nice person wouldn't purposely try and fuck you over or take your company from you. Nice people don't do that. Only greedy people do that. And there's greedy people in this world that pretend to be nice people. But obviously, if they're like, you're over here talking about, oh, I'm glad the LLC is still mine. Like, bro, it's your company. What do you mean? Why are you confused? It's always been yours. Right. And I don't want to be like a victim blamer, but You are a businesswoman. You are an entrepreneur. You created something. I don't see why you don't have the idea that it's yours. That's just the part I'm lost with.
Honestly, these are just like mistakes that just come, unfortunately, like, with her first starting this, I doubt
Mm,
she has any prior experience, and especially with her already being in this like sort of management and
mhm.
like just like willing to accept help because she's new. Um, and like you said, there's many greedy people that act like nice people, and I think that's exactly what
Yeah.
this situation is. It's like from what she said, it's like only something would get done if she would get mad and start bringing threats.
Yes. Yes.
And
You wouldn't
like,
have to do all that.
yeah, you shouldn't have to do all that.
Yes. On top of that, you shouldn't and you wouldn't have to if it was a nice person. But yeah, it's a lesson learned. Let's continue. Let's hear what she has to say.
Just a matter of like I felt very lame all the time. Like having to see everyone have the hot sauce and just feel like I was kind of being like rude whenever I asked about it, because like I don't know, like I tried posting it in so many different places, like too, like just like could I, like I'd say like
Bro, I will say this. I do not know this VTuber, but she is probably like one of the sweetest people on this planet. Like
No, truly.
I,
As she said sorry for cussing, I'm like, oh, thank you.
yeah, like she's like honestly support her. Shout out to her community. You guys
Oh yeah,
definitely should
I'm
support her 100%.
I'm definitely looking her up.
Yeah, like 100% support this person. They do need the help. I just look at it from like business perspective and I'm just like, man, this is insane to hear. But I get it. And of course, if you don't know about it, I'm not going to blame you for it. But it's so hard when it's like multiple issues. It's multiple issues, multiple red flags. I don't know. I guess it is just a learning lesson at the end of the day. So, like I say, like I always say, just keep moving forward. Like even though this is like a dang moment, it's fine. There's going to be some more dang moments, but hopefully not to this extent, not this large. Well, let's continue. Let's hear what she has to say.
like could I get some of that? Could I do that? And it took me like being ready to leave to like get things resolved. It kind of sucked, but they all worked extremely hard and
Mm,
like they probably didn't really care about this, and that's okay too. And that's more than fair. They had no reason to have to like get me the hot sauce and stuff, but I just would have liked if like I could have gotten, I don't know, it almost felt like are they angry at me because they don't know what happened?
it sounds like if they cared, like if they cared about their talent, like if these were good people, then they probably would have tried to make it work. They wouldn't have constantly
Right.
ignored you. They would have actually attempted to communicate and say, hey, we're having an issue with this. They would have put you in more of the business meetings with these other people that you were supposed to be in meetings with.
Yep.
Do they
Yeah.
even know
Absolutely.
about the contract
But hey, now you know. So next time, hey, there you go.
stuff? Do they even know about how much money sink it was? Do they even know about any of this? Or do
Mm,
they just think I'm being annoying and unreasonable for like having like
mm,
split from like the MSM stuff? Like, what do they
or maybe they're just screwing you because they don't care.
feel about this? Do they know anything going on? And if they did, would they care? I guess
That's a
it
good
didn't really matter
question.
like what the figure
That's a
stuff
good
from like
question.
before, because I don't know, they might have
If
just
you
been
have
like
to
they're not
ask
as
these
good.
questions, they're not good people. If you have to genuinely ask these questions and wonder, like,
Yes.
what would they care?
What
Like,
mental gymnastics would you have to do to convince yourself that they would care? How many
right,
flips do you need to land before it's like, oh, okay, maybe I can see it from the perspective of someone that cares? Because if they really cared, this shit would not have happened, to be honest.
right.
This is
Big as
crazy.
this other person, they wouldn't make sales, which is I think how people have to look at it. So I don't blame them. It just in combination with everything for so long, like I was stressed out this past year. I was
Yeah, and I understand why it's stressful, but definitely 100%. You got to remember, girl, this is your product. This is your stuff. You are the end all be all to whatever this is because you created it. They don't hold the keys to this stuff. And if they haven't destroyed the product yet, I would implore you to go get that product and redistribute it or redistribute it. And plus your story's already out here, right? How many videos is it? This got 55,000 people saw this. So you like the people that it's going to go to, which would be VTube fans. That's a lot of people that already know that, hey, you're not working with them. This is not really something that you would even have wanted to happen, like 2 month delivery. Who wants 2 month delivery, right? So it's not her. It's definitely the company she was working with. And
Yeah.
I don't see any reason why nobody should want to support her. Everybody should want to help her out. If you were already going to help her out, there's no reason why you shouldn't. This is not her problem. I mean, it's not, this is, this is her issue, but it's not because of negligence. This is honestly just a big ass mistake.
Really stressed out, and so I was very sad and upset, and I just kept feeling like, well, I'm obviously to blame for this. They're acting like it's just me being silly. They never apologized. Like, it's, yeah, I don't know. I guess it comes down to that. And I'm sure they'd have a much different story, and I'm sure I annoyed them in small ways or giant ways, and, you know, that's just how it be, I think. I don't want to blame them for it, and I don't want to, like, take, like, no accountability. So, I think it was just a bad fit.
And then, very disappointingly, Grimmy describing how perhaps they never cared.
Thank you very much for coming by. I'm sorry that I was so angry today. And so, I just cried, like, all day yesterday. Like, I was so upset, and I was so frustrated and angry. I'm not usually the type of person that wants to, like, bring anything up and, like, talk about this stuff, but I was just so... I think it was just, like, the straw that, like, broke the camel's back. Like, it was, like, they never cared about this stuff, and that's
Yeah.
okay. Like, they're a business, and they
Yeah.
have their own stuff to keep track of and take care of, but...
And at the end of the day, you were part of their business. So it is their job to take care of you. So what you just said, what you just said doesn't even make sense.
I don't know. It just really hurt after all the other stuff, so... It's okay. I still want to support them, even if, like, I'm not
Why?
really cool with how things went. I don't know.
Why?
Please also be behind Novel Horizon. They have a lot of really wonderful people for their next meet and greet, and they're a very kind company in terms of making it so independent VTubers can have figures and stuff. Like, that's crazy. Like, can you believe that? That's not something that, like, would have been possible, like, a few years ago. Like, they've worked incredibly hard to give people a lot of, like, success and chances, and, like, they've really gone the distance for a lot of people, and that makes me incredibly happy to see. So I'm not saying this is like a hit piece. I'm not saying this to, like, make people think, like, how dare they. I was just very sad in combination with, like, the MSM stuff and, like, the hot sauce stuff and, like, it not really getting the attention that it needed, and I was just like, okay, like, I'm not probably gonna... Am I even gonna get it back? Do they even, like, view this as, like, a negative? Like, I spent so much money and time on this, and it's just, oof. It's okay, though. And I want to thank Novel, too. Like, we had some stuff in...
It'll get better. I wouldn't say it's okay, but it definitely will get better. You know, that it's a lot of copium that I just heard. Honestly, like this is like one of the biggest cokes, and I think she needs it because if she didn't have it, she'd probably lose her mind. A lot of stuff just happened to her, so please send some support her way because she absolutely needs it.
development, and I'm just gonna pay them for the development costs and stuff, but they were very kind. They were doing their best. It's just I've met other vendors that have been very, a little bit more friendly and, like, not kind of like, I don't know, if they dropped a project like that, I think they'd at least say sorry, so I
At least, yeah, at the least, right? Sure.
As a quick aside, Grimmy would go on to speak about her negative experience with yet another company and the decision if she had moved forward with this company that she would not have had an income for 6 months.
Whoa.
And that's not the only, like, bad interaction I've had with the company. Like, there's been some kind of crazy
What?
stuff. Like, I'm not naming names or getting into it, but, like, there's been situations
Oh, we're
where,
getting
like,
into it.
I wasn't gonna have, like, a source of income for, like, 6 months, like, if I went in the direction I was going. And, like, it was just, like, well, you just have to deal with it. You can take out loans, and it was like, that's not
What the
cool with me.
hell?
Like,
You can
there's a
take
lot
out
of really rough
loans.
stuff where, like, I was, like, you know, at least lucky enough to not be, like, in a situation like that. Like, I'm very happy and healthy to, like, be where I'm at and, like, have the issues that I have instead of, like, much larger ones. Like, I know people have been, like, through absolute crazy stuff in this industry, and they've suffered immensely.
Bro, this is absolutely crazy as well. This is pretty freaking big. And her not being aware of that is kind of terrifying, honestly. But it's also understandable.
Like, you've seen a lot of, like, really really, really, really mistreated people. And I think at
Mm,
some point, like, people stop kind of thinking about each other as, like, people and start thinking about each other as, like, sales goals and quotas and, like,
yes,
numbers. But
that's
I
also
don't want
true.
to deal with that anymore. And it's been one of the harder things. I want everyone to get along, and I hope that someday we all can. And I hope that someday we can all have what we want in life, whether it be successful as being a VTuber or it be successful at something else in life that you really love and doing it as a hobby or anything in between.
Grimmy, then
Absolutely a kind soul.
I was about to say,
Absolutely.
I really love what she's saying. I
Yeah.
love like the kind of person that she is. Unfortunately, she is the kind of person that like would fall like under a trap to like these like type of managements
Yes.
and companies that like have ill intentions because she
Hmm.
genuinely is a kind soul, seems like a very forgiving person, and it's very unfortunate that this happened to her. She's truly just seems like an amazing
Yeah.
person.
She does. But hey, at least now everybody knows she's an amazing person. Because, dude, like what I just heard was like the epitome of like good vibes. She is the one that's like, yeah, let's try and have a good life. I like hearing stuff like that. It's good to hear that.
Yeah.
ending with this
Shout
statement.
out to
I
Grimmy.
think there's going to be people with good and bad intentions in life, but I don't think MSM was that for me or for most of the people I know. But they did kind of mismanage my stuff, and I realized with this specific thing, wow, that was that was kind of crappy. There was also like stuff with like, I don't know. I have to really pull it together in terms of like everything that I need to with accounting and stuff like that, but I'm going to figure it out, and I will. And I don't want anyone to feel like, well, I'm going to help you do this or I'm going to help you do that. If it's a thing where it'll benefit the company that I'm working with, I would love to. And I would also love to never, ever, ever, ever talk about anything like this again because it's very uncomfortable for everyone involved, and I'm sure it doesn't make them feel happy either. It doesn't make me feel happy. And
Yeah, yeah, it's not easy to, you know, say stuff like this out loud, talk about biz because everything in this conversation had to do with business. And of course, business involves, time, money, investment. So like a lot of stuff just came out and a lot of people are going to be looking at this agency like, yo, who are you people? Like, I still say we got to hear both sides of the story, but this definitely doesn't look good in their favor whatsoever.
Yeah.
Anything you want to add to it?
No, I mean I basically agree with what you're saying. Like now there's like many eyes on this company and not in a good light.
Yeah.
Obviously, we haven't heard anything about what the company itself has said. We haven't really, even if they did, maybe they didn't show proof. I don't know. But all I'm really saying right now is just this girl here, this kind soul that just got used essentially. It's like
Yeah, that's
got
that's exactly what it
manipulated,
looks
got
like.
lied to, and that's all you
Yeah,
can really see from here.
that's exactly. So if the company were to say anything, that'd be interesting. And if it is true that they do manipulate, well, it will show in whatever response that they give anyway. So let's see. Let's see.
and I'm going to keep my mouth shut from this point on, but I'm saying this as someone that does VTubing and is a little bit silly and not very smart. Please make sure what you're putting yourself into and be careful. And there you are.
True.
That's it.
There it is. True.
I'm still upset.
Exactly.
I could still be angry, but I
Of
can also know that,
course.
like, they're nice people, so that's pretty much it.
Look, I don't know about this nice people shtick. I would just say sometimes you just gotta let that shit go. You just gotta let it go. You got hit on the lick. You got hit on the cheek. Hey, keep moving. You roll with the punches. That's all I got to say. I don't know if they good people or not, but shit, it don't sound like it.
I can also know that I needed to be a lot less, like, kind of like swishy and flippy and, like, just be like, everything's okay.
Yeah, stop being a beta.
I'm kind of bummed out, but everything's okay. Like, I needed to be much more firm, even if
Yes,
it made people upset. And
of
that's the long and the
course.
short of it.
Yep.
This isn't a hit piece.
Damn
This isn't to
right.
make them look bad or, like,
No, no, it's not a hit piece. You just need to stick up for yourself. Everybody, like, I don't care how
Totally.
kind of a soul you are. If you do not stick up for yourself, you will be walked on and walked over, and nobody will care. Point blank, period. Because we live in a real world. Even though I want people to be nice, I know not everybody's going to be nice. That's just how it works right now. Maybe one day we'll be a lot nicer. Maybe. And I still preach like, yeah, move forward, be more positive, send her some love. But yeah, there's gonna be some evil people in this world, and you gotta step up and you gotta say, hey, and maybe they're not evil. Maybe it's just a big misunderstanding. Maybe it's a big coincidence. It's just a mistake, right? Well, talk about it. If you don't talk about it, how are you gonna figure it out? Because you can't see into other people's minds. Yeah, like, say something. Why are you just so quiet? Like, made me nervous.
Oh, no, sorry. I was just listening to you. But yeah, no, you absolutely have to be assertive. You have to stick up for yourself, especially when it's something concerning your own company, right?
Yes.
Um, many people are like they'll act like they care about you, but they won't. They're very self-interested. They're very greedy, and if you're not sticking up for yourself, if you're not putting your foot down, like you said, they'll just walk over you.
Yes. I think this is the big thing to always make you realize it's never going to be peachy, right?
Right.
There are things called sociopaths and psychopaths on this earth. As long as you keep that in your mind, and whenever you're doing anything, you should be all right. You could probably sense out who was trying to manipulate you or who was trying to use you in your benefit. Because there was like 5 red flags in this. If you had the idea that, hey, maybe this might be somebody that doesn't have my best interest at heart, because not everybody is, you probably would have turned out less bad than like what happened.
Yeah.
But that's just food for thought in the future, just in general. Like we all make mistakes. Shit does happen. You just gotta learn from it. And now that you've learned from it, the next thing that you do with your saucy company, it should be successful. And I can't wait to see it.
Feel crappy. Like, it's just, I felt really lame for a long time, and I was
Mm,
like, man, I don't know if people even know what happened with it. And that kind of makes me feel sad. But yeah, it sucked. But yeah, it sucked. And I was so down, but it sucked, but it's okay. It's gonna be okay. That's usually how it goes. I'm okay. I really
no, that's not usually how it
mean
goes.
it. I felt a lot better getting away from that kind of stuff. Like, I knew that, like, the hot sauce wasn't probably, I don't know, it might have gotten shipped out, but it was also just, like, the same feeling as, like, oh yeah, we'll do it. And then, like, ignoring it. Oh yeah, we'll do it. And then ignoring it. Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
they
we'll do
just
it. And
kept
then
putting it to
ignoring
the
it.
side, dude.
And
Like
that,
what?
like, just, I don't know. I guess I kind of got triggered with, like, how many things happened with that
Mm,
for, like, months when I was trying to get it initially and just seeing
mm,
everyone eat it and just go, like, could I have it? Okay, well, we're doing more important stuff, Gribby. And it's like,
mm.
okay, all right. Yeah, I was really bummed out about it. And I just wanted to say what happened with Saucy so people could know. But
Yeah.
again, they helped me with a lot. They helped me set up the Shopify page, which is,
I mean, yeah, it's in their
uh,
benefit to get the company up and running.
it's going okay. There's some issues with it because it was set up by someone else, but I'm gonna
Yeah,
figure it out. I'm figuring
that's
it out.
crazy.
I'm very happy to figure it out. I'm very excited to figure it out. It'll be okay.
Okay, let's
I don't
go.
want to just forget, like, about all the things they helped me with. Like, just because it wasn't something I could deal with in the end, they were a very kind, like, group to me, and I appreciate them, so I do.
Okay,
Even if I don't want to work with them or talk to them.
Mm.
I don't want to spend any more time, like, feeling that
okay,
way, but I
okay,
appreciate them. So
okay.
that's it. And I mean that.
That's very interesting. That's a very interesting take, but okay.
And you can believe me or not, but that's how I feel.
Yeah, I don't. I honestly, it's not my problem at the end of the day. So it's like if that's what you believe, cool. Like, cool.
Anger
No
is
sweat
something I've
off my.
struggled with for years. It's okay
You
to
know.
be angry. Oh, I'm angry. I'm extremely angry. I'm extremely angry, and I was very crushed to realize that, like, that wasn't even really something they considered with the figure. Like, I was crushed. I cried for, like, hours. I was really upset. I asked a few people, like, I told a few people about it and was just like, should I even be upset about this? I know I'm being very, like, silly about it. And they were like, yeah, with everything that happened, what are you talking about? So, I appreciate it. Like, they didn't say sorry. That was the biggest thing. They didn't say sorry, and that really hurt my feelings, but
Yeah, that's a big thing. If it really was a mistake, you'd get an apology. That's how it works. There is nobody on this planet that's ever, if they've really done something, they usually will give an apology. If you really feel like you messed up, you would give an apology. The only people that wouldn't is like if you're too proud or if you didn't care at all. That's
Well,
it.
yeah. All of these were just conscious decisions that
Yes.
this company made
Yes.
that
This
they
isn't
don't
an
feel
accident.
they I doubt they feel any regret towards it, especially since they didn't apologize. You know, these are just greedy things that they wanted, and Is what it is.
It is what it is. Hey, man, y'all be careful out here. Everybody that wants to do some type of business, this is a warning because there are people that are going to be this. Some people think, oh, it can't happen to me. Yeah, it can. It can happen. You just got to keep your guard up so it doesn't happen. Load, damn it.
It's okay. They're doing their thing and they're doing their best, and I really do wish the best for them, so. And that's why I'm saying don't be rude to them, don't think negatively of them. Don't try to hurt them in any way, shape, or form. I think they only had the best intentions. But I think it's also okay that I'm upset, so. Yeah.
Yeah, both things can be true.
Once again, that being horror streamer Grimmy. A special thank you from TVS to her, responding to our inquiries last night, and also providing a blanket permission to use footage from her stream. This Twitch partner no longer working with either MSM or Novel Horizons, while now going on to collab with Barry, at Barry Bug, your innocent resident ladybug. The two going on to kick off hashtag VTRP, a GTA 5 RP server as
that's
sponsored
dope.
by Brave.
Yo, I see Battle. I see Haka.
Yep.
Oh, this is big.
And involving
Yep.
loads of indie and agency VTubers alike. As that is all for
like to hear
this
that.
episode. Coming up next, we look forward to recapping both Anime NYC, Hall Live English's Breaking Dimensions concert, and
Oh, easy. W segue. I'm about to check out the Breaking Dimensions. Well, there's not going to be a thing at the top, left of the top right of the screen. But yeah, I'll check out the videos and check out the
Check
music.
it out after.
Yeah, I'll check it out, man. But y'all got to hit the like button because this is a great video, W video. Thank you, Chaotic, for being in the video. Yeah, everybody be careful be careful with business. Like that's just be careful with business, man. Business is always tricky. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and we will see you guys on the next one. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you're new, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.